Hey, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I do appreciate your support. Loaded into Paris here in my Tier 8 M4190 GF German light tank. Top of the list on a 357, which is a fantastic setup for this tank. In fact, it's quite overpowered in this setup. That's why I like it. I am headed down here to the southwest, and you will notice that I am pretty much alone and unafraid. Well, I'm afraid, but I'm also definitely alone. We're going to call this one Fine, I'll Do It Myself. Fine, I'll Do It Myself. So I'll come down here, and I'm just trying to find out what's going on, and I really haven't paid close enough attention to what my team is doing. I really jack around here a bit, and I end up missing a shot there because I'm screwing around. If I'd have come around there and shifted my front there faster, instead of ditzing around, I would have probably had at least a better shot in the Chiri and might have taken some of his hit points. You'll notice now that we have quite a party going on in the northeast, so I did not get the memo. Apparently we were supposed to meet there before we deployed and have a little powwow, but most of the team did get the memo, and there they are up in A1, and I'll take a shot on this KV5, who just blindly drives up in there. So now it's the Panther M10 and myself down here in the southwest. And this is an interesting map. You'll see that I take time to type. That was something I advise against quite a bit, but I really was laughing at this whole setup. It just made no sense. As I said, this is an interesting map because you have to look at the team setup that you have. So let's pause it real quick. We have a CDC, a Sturv, and myself up top. We do have a Tiger P as a heavy, and then a bunch more mediums and TDs, as well as the Panther M10. On the other side is a Schwartz, an AT-15, a Bulldog, Chiri, Panther, E25. So they're a little bit lighter, actually, around the middle, although the KV-85 and the T-150 are heavier than our two Cromwells. Still, I would say definitely advantage us. However, we have thrown away a good portion of that advantage because we've decided to go to the B9, B0 area and camp. We have two guys camping out by the cap, although they seem to be moving at this point. Got a Sturv looking down the alleyways there, and a JP overlooking on the TD spot there at D8. You'll notice that the AT-15 has been lit. We have the two heavies that have moved up in the Chiri. The Schwartz is out in the field, and the Bulldog is out in the field, so that's advantage us as far as what's going on down here. Although we are outnumbered, if they pushed hard, or at least brought a couple more tanks, they could probably roll us up. And that is what I'm expecting to have happen, which is why I'm being very careful at this point and not looking to trade any more hit points than I have to get a shot. So I'll come out here, try to surprise that guy, and he ends up missing me, thankfully. I don't lose any hit points for that little action. But I'm not interested in popping out. Even though I will out-damage him, I really don't want to pop out, give him another shot. And about now, if he hit C and forced to reload, he'd be reloading pretty quickly. Bulldog goes down, which helps us quite a bit. That's one of their tier 8s down, so that's helpful. What I'm really expecting now is for that AT-15 to come trundling around the corner, either cross the bridge or come around down low and just drive up and start laying waste to whatever tries to go after him. So I'm hoping that I can get some sniping shots from up top here on him if he does that, and at least try to slow these guys down. I can see the Tiger P is moving my way, so that makes me feel a little better, and the two Cromwells have decided that J0 was in grave danger, and they are now protecting it. So the Chiri moves up. That's nice. Let me go look there and see if anyone else is on that little corner. No. So that gives me some maneuver room to start looking around the corner at these guys, and I end up seeing him, and I shoot that column because that column needed to be shot. Looks like there's the derp on the T-150, so I really don't want to give him any more damage than he has to get, and he's getting torn up. Come around there and bounce, unfortunately. And the M10 kills him off, and off we go. So they are starting to push a little bit. You got the AT-15 moving up the middle. You got a Panther and E25, and we're just dealing with this KV-85 and Chiri down here right now. There's the Chiri. He's on the bottom, so I know the KV-85 was up top. So let's try to find that guy. What's he doing? There he is. Excellent. I miss. E25 starts moving down. This is interesting here. So I'll hit this guy in the back. He finally notices I'm there. Watch what he does. He goes forward. He shoots and he immediately goes backwards, which is a habit pattern most players have, although he was pointing backwards. So that did not work out very well for him. He actually exposed himself more by doing that. I find myself doing that sometimes too when I am attempting to fight backwards, and it's one of the reasons I don't really recommend fighting backwards in a KV5, because people end up shooting and then immediately backing up, which turns out it puts them straight into the line of fire. So just a side note there. Now we'll go down low. I have the Panthers moved up to help him. He's got that little needle gun, so he can really just spit out the damage. There goes the E25, making a run for it. Thank you, RNG. And now we're going to come up here. Been firing heat at the Panther hole. We'll come in here and just pretty much auto pen him with the heat. I'm not too worried unless I hit him in the, actually on the matlet. Oh, there's the already heard from. I'll immediately fix that just so I can keep my reload going and my maneuverability. Tiger P's moving up, so we'll put another hit on the Tiger, or sorry, the Panther. And these things have quite a bit of hit points for their tier. Just takes a while to whittle them down. So we are out in the lead. It's not a for sure win right now, but we're definitely out there in the lead. So I'm coming across here and I'm looking for this guy, and holy cow, he must have just been waiting for me to appear right there. I was probably still lit or very close to it. So I either came around that corner still lit, or he timed the shot. I was also maybe right on the inside of his view range as well, so he may have just plain old seen me. Alright, so as I come up here, I have a couple choices. I don't really want to walk into all these TDs. I can tell that they seem to be down here, but if they've repositioned, there's a bit of a hold down spot here. There's some bushes up here. They can be on this ramp over on this side. So just blitzing across this open area can often just get you gunned down quickly. So instead of just exposing myself there, you can see I only have 546 hit points. Especially if I run into the 122-44, he can take most of them. I think he can almost one-shot me with a high roll. So I'm going to cut right here and look to come around behind him. Plus I am now marrying up with the Sturv that's pushing in. And of course the guys that have been camping the corner are still camping the corner, because that's what campers do. Also, I've got the Panther M10 and Tiger II coming from the other side. They're slower, so I'm able to come around, and now we've got these guys in a good pinch. I do have to be cognizant of the artillery. That is an issue. I'll come around and pop the 122-44. Looking for a shot. Would have liked to have tracked him, but I didn't, and the Sturv guns that guy down. So between the three of us, we take him down. The Mutz Black Panther has died. We've got an AT-8 that attempted foolishly to move across the open, probably trying to come help, and someone else kills him. And now we're down to 3 artillery. This is a silly little sequence right here that I don't do very well on. I find this guy, probably should have auto-aimed him and just gone in and rammed him, but I try to get too clever by half. I see the other one and I think, someone else will finish him off, so I'll just get some more hit points off this guy. Why I didn't ram either one of them, I could not tell you. It's a good question. The thought in my mind was, hey, keep moving to make it harder for them to shoot you, but of course the ram would have been a kill. And now as I come in, I get blapped by the silly M44, and off he goes. So I end up with a kill on none of them, unfortunately. Or maybe I actually did kill one. I can't quite remember. I guess I maybe just killed the Hummel. But in any event, pretty poorly played right there. I'm lucky they weren't reloaded and weren't able to all kind of shoot me at the same time. They really could have ruined my day there. But ended up being a pretty good game. You know, sometimes you just have to do it yourself. I just had to laugh when I saw the deployment right there. But a little bit of patience, paying attention to what tanks are on the map, giving a little bit of an assessment of what you see, always helps in your gameplay. So 3,390 done. Blocked 130. Hey, look at that. And 457 assisted. Ends up being a nice little game in the Black Dog. All right, I hope you learned something here. Hope you like what you saw, and if you did, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you support the channel, and as always, we will see you.